Greetings, brothers and sisters. C. Kendall here, and in today's video we will be discussing a universal method for invocation. First, let's touch on, for those that might just be joining or the newbies out there, what invocation is. Evocation is the summoning of a spirit, spiritual intelligence, a force, a power before you in a tangible or externalized form, either before you, behind you, or around you. And invocation is taking that essence, taking that being, taking that intelligence, taking that consciousness, that power, or that force, and distilling it through you and into the self. Many people get confused with this and think of possession. Possession is where that would gain a critical mass and it would then take absolute control over you. There is a difference. So now that we kind of touched briefly on the basics of invocation, I am now going to discuss a universal method of invocation. What do I mean by a universal method? This method can be used for angels, demons, gods, goddesses, spirits, elementals, planetary forces, planetary spirits, you name it. This is a method which can be applied to all different paradigms and systems, and is quite basic, yet in its simplicity yields surprising effects. So to begin with, what I am going to do is I am going to pick myself a particular spirit. Like I said, this is universal, so this is applicable for all different types of spirits. There will be things that you need to shift along the process depending on the spirit, which I will explain as we go on. Okay, so to begin with, I will be picking Azazel. I'll be choosing a demon to do this. Okay, first off, you want to be in a seated position, whether you're on the floor, whether you're on a chair, doesn't matter. A seated position. Try and get your spine as straight as possible. Do not stress your spine ridiculously like this. No, just as straight but yet comfortable at the same time. Loosen up your body a little. If you need to shake, shimmy around, twist your neck, whatever you've got to do, loosen up. And you want to first focus on your intent. And as you do this, as you loosen up, focus on your intent. What are you about to do right now? You're about to invoke that particular entity. And begin just focusing on your breath. Close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, begin taking in a few deep breaths. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. And as you begin doing that, repeating that process, begin feeling the muscles in your neck region relax, the muscles in your face, specifically under the eyes, because your eyes strain all day, under the jaw. Feel that relax. And as you begin breathing in that momentum, what we're going to do now to relax the rest of the body is take a deep breath. Hold the breath. Hold it for about 5, maybe 6 seconds. And exhale. And with that exhalation, feel that you're pushing out all the tension that you've been building up throughout the day. Repeat that with a deep inhalation. Holding the breath here for about 5-6 seconds, feeling all the tension, your anxiety, your worry, your stress, your anger, whatever may be clouding you at the moment, gathering here in the chest. And as you exhale, breathe it out. Keep doing this, focusing on your body relaxing, the mind relaxing, the emotions relaxing. You can do this for as long as you possibly need to. All depends on you. Once you've entered into a relaxed state, relaxed emotionally, mentally and physically, allow your breathing to assume a natural rhythm of inhaling and exhaling. inhaling and exhaling. If possible, try to keep it through the nose and the mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. If not, that's fine. And begin visualizing your energy centers. Or just begin visualizing those centers that were once there. I don't know, these days many people have blackened their chakras. These days people have removed their chakras. We're not going to get into that here. We're not going to discuss that here. But where those would be, just visualize. Visualize your 7 chakras. And begin at the base chakra. And you should know the symbol or the sigil of the entity that you're trying to invoke. I would suggest remembering it. I would suggest trying your very best to remember that sigil. And begin closing your eyes and vividly recreating the image of that sigil. Visualize a astral imprint, sort of like a fiery astral brand superimposed onto that chakra. And breathe in. And as you breathe out, vibrate the name of that entity. So I'll visualize the sigil of Zazel at the root chakra. Breathing in energy, pulling that into that energetic chakra, that energetic sigil there. As if I'm charging the sigil for the inhalation. And as I exhale, Azazel. And as you give the first vibration, visualize that that vibration is actually infusing the energy of the spirit into that chakra. That you're opening that fiber of your being as an internal gateway. And the individual, the us, we are living gateways. Repeat that. Inhalation. Pulling in the energy of the area and vibrating the name of the spirit. Azazel. Do this either 3 to 7 times on that one chakra. And as you do it, with each inhalation, you begin to feel the energy of the spirit around you. And as you breathe in, you're actually pulling the energy into that sigil. Pulling that energy of the spirit through the inhalation, I feel it increase within you with an exhalation, with the mantra. Once that is done, visualize that sigil, right? The light of that spirit, or the energy of that spirit, rises through that sigil, as if the sigil then opens and activates within that chakra. And you feel that it's almost like a sphere that encapsulates the essence of the spirit into that chakra. And as you inhale, visualize that energy of that chakra pass into the next chakra, the sacral chakra, the navel chakra. And as you do this, it all depends on the entity. You can visualize if there's a certain planetary, if there's a certain elemental aspect to the spirit, like fire, visualize the energy as fire rising up. If it's water, visualize it as water. If it's the spirit of light, visualize it as light. Whatever. Or just as an energy. And as it begins filling the next chakra, visualize that the sigil of that spirit is then superimposed on that chakra. And begin vibrating once again the name of that spirit as a mantra. You want to do this through all 7 chakras until there are 7 energetic chakras. There are 7 energetic sigils superimposed onto each chakra. And the chakras are almost now like spheres that contain 7 aspects of that spirit within you. And as it reaches to the crown chakra, you may at this point speak its names and its titles. For example, Azazel, Ebon Seta, Black Flame of the North, I invoke thee, I invoke thee, I invoke thee. It can be that simple. It can be that simple. You can keep it that simple if you want. Or for the more poetic of you, we could do this. Azazel, Black Flame of the North, Ebon Seta, come down now and distill into my being. Enter into the fibre of my soul, my body, heart and mind. Enter my heart, into my blood, enter my organs, into my being, enter my flesh, enter into this clay-born vessel. Rise up and manifest upon the altar of my immortal soul. That's just an example. At this point, if you know any hymns, it is good as the energy is gathering and rising up through all the chakras and is gathering like a spiraling vortex here on the crown. It's best to say any hymns. If you know an N, for example, with like goetic demons, there are N's. So like for example with Azazel, I could use his very basic goetic N, or I could use the one which I prefer, which is Israel, Israel, Azazel, Israel, Israel, Azazel. And by speaking these titles, these hymns, these prayers and these ends or incantations, whatever you choose to use, you want to feel the entity's energy increase within you and feel as if the entity is actually, its energy is not only manifest within you but around you. And with each inhalation, you are distilling more of the spirit into your being, filling you up like a overflowing chalice. And as that happens, what you want to do is, at this point, when you feel an overwhelming sensation, once you've spoken the name, said a basic incantation or N or prayer or hymn, or you said something as simple as enter me, flow down to me, rise up within me, manifest within me, whatever. At that point, allow your hands to come together to assume the prayer mudra. What this does is it creates an energetic circuit. It creates a circuit of energy that passes through your being, from your chest, from the center of yourself, down the arm, into the hand, and into the other one. A spiraling circuit. And hands together like this, and visualize the light and the energy and the essence and the spirit of the spirit is so intense that it cannot be contained within the chakras anymore, and it becomes a beam of light, and the beam increases. Whether it's light, it could be a beam of light, a beam of darkness, a beam of astral fire, a beam of whatever is associated with that spirit. You can visualize it as that. And vibrate the name of the entity again. Azazel. And as you do this, feel the energy of the entity overwhelm you. Feel it increasing within you. Feel its power and its essence not only enter your chakras, but it grows outwards until that light, until that spiritual essence becomes a body, an anthropomorphic form within you, as if there is a body of the spirit starting to grow from the center of these chakras until it extends out to the arms and your hands and your head, as if there is another head within your head, another chest within your chest. You know, at this point with some entities, I have felt things actually come out of my body because the entity is big or has certain parts of this body that I don't have. Many people may experience horns or whatever you associate with the entity. At that point, once you feel it increase to that level, you can then continue to vibrate its name. You can then give a statement of intent. Why are you invoking this entity? Why? If it's Zazel, you may be invoking this entity to ignite the black flame within you. So you would say the chant of the black flame, Natsfarata, Infernum Nigra, Azazel, ignite within me the black flame. Azazel, the airborne say, the black flame of the north, ignite within me the blackened fire of my adversarial spirit. What if it's an angel? What if you're invoking Raphael? Raphael, the spiritual surgeon, healer, a great one. Heal within me all ailments. Destroy all blockages with your spiritual light. Inject into me strength and vitality. And so on. Tailor the statement to the intent and the action that that spirit will perform within you. At this point, you may receive visions. You may actually hear the spirit within you. Its power becomes a part of your power, temporarily, of course. Communion may begin. Things may occur depending on you and where you're at your level. This is a universal method that you can use. Now, what about once the invocation is done then? Feet should be placed firmly on the ground. I put my hands on my lap. And I take a deep breath in, pulling all the light and all the essence of the spirit into my chest. Holding the breath, and I hold the breath for as long as possible, about 10 to 15 seconds if possible. Until I feel like I need to breathe, I need to breathe, I need to breathe. And with an exhalation, I will vibrate the mantra R-A-H. Oh. Almost like a sigh at the end of it. A release. Releasing the spirit. Visualizing the essence flow down you. Flow down your legs. Out of your feet. Back into the earth. Or into the ether. And that will also ground you too. That will also keep you grounded. At that point, I would actually suggest that if you still feel like you're on cloud 12, to sit down on the floor and actually visualize the light filter through your root chakra into the ground, back into the earth. Because earth is in itself is a gateway. So you can utilize this method for all different types of spirits. It's really that simple. So brothers and sisters, this has been the universal invocative method. Test it out. Let me know your results. Many people have had incredible results of this. I hope to hear from you soon.